Left heading 270, descend to 3000 feet, Endeavour 98.
Heading 360, Avianca 1163 heavy.
Right 190 to join the localizer, descend to altitude 4000 feet, cleared ILS runway 22 right, Endeavour 2121.
Cleared approach 22 right, Royal Air Maroc 1440 heavy. Heading 180, November 569er.
Left heading 250, cleared ILS runway 22 left, Endeavour 98.
Right heading 040, Austrian 425 heavy. Speed 200, Connie 356 heavy.
Direct Deer Park, and after Deer Park heading 230, Ariane Laces 1764.
Climb to altitude 6000 feet, November 159er.
Descend to 5000 feet, Ariane Laces 1764. Left 240, Endeavour 98. Air India 451 heavy, to Newark, at 9000.
Heading 180, Itaro 80 heavy. Direct to Delta Papa Kilo, and after Delta Papa Kilo heading 220, JetBlue 15.
Heading 085, descend to 3000 feet, Air India 451 heavy. Left 190, descend to 3000 feet, cleared approach runway 22 LaGuardia, Southwest 94.
Heading 190, Itaro 80 heavy.
1239er, bye-bye, American 2235. 119er 1, number 1, American 1558.
Departure, JetBlue 9er 98, passing 23 climbing 5000, Koti. Right heading west, cleared approach 22 left, November 569er.
Roger, cancel ILS clearance, heading 230, Endeavour 98.
Lufthansa Cargo 284 heavy, descend to altitude 4000 feet. Descend to 5000 feet, JetBlue 15.
Itaro 239 heavy, switching to departure.
Direct to Koti, JetBlue 9er 98. Climb to 12000, JetBlue 9er 98. Heading 040, Avianca 1163 heavy.
Heading 225, Endeavour 98.
Lufthansa Cargo 284 heavy, left heading 240, descend to 3000 feet, cleared ILS 22 left. Descend to altitude 4000 feet, cleared approach runway 22 right, Itaro 80 heavy. Descend to altitude 4000 feet, reducing 200, cleared approach 22 right, Itaro 80 heavy. Tower on 123.9er, Delta 9er. 119er 1, thank you, November 9er 9er Romeo. Right 050, Avianca 1163 heavy. Descend to altitude 2000 feet, American 74. Expedite descent, American 74. Lufthansa Cargo 284 heavy, roger, cancel ILS clearance, direct to Roslai. Right heading 090, Austrian 425 heavy. Descend to altitude 4000 feet, Austrian 425 heavy. Stop descent at altitude 3000 feet, American 74. Good evening, American 80 heavy, passing 2200 climbing to 5000 feet, Koti. Right heading south, descent to altitude 4000 feet, Delta 1526.
Heading 180, cleared ILS 22 left, Endeavour 98.
Delta 1664. Heading 300, climb and maintain 4000, American 74. Cleared to Koti, climb to 12000, American 80 heavy. Copied, Delta 1664. Heading 050, Delta 1664. Heading 270, American 74. Qantas 2004 Super.
Cancel ILS clearance, Endeavour 2121. Cleared ILS runway 22 right, Endeavour 2121. Endeavour 2121, we are too close to the heavy plane in front. Reduce 180 knots, Endeavour 2121.
Reducing 160, Itaro 80 heavy. Direct to Delta Papa Kilo, and then heading 230, Qantas 2004 Super. Descend to altitude 4000 feet, Connie 356 heavy. 1239er, thank you, Royal Air Maroc 1440 heavy. Heading 100, El Al 1468 heavy. Austrian 425 heavy, request a heading. Sun Country 320, out of 1900 climbing 5000 feet, happy departure. JetBlue 998, good night. Austrian 425 heavy, bye.
Southwest 94, good night.
Direct to Happy, climb to altitude 12,000 feet, Sun Country 320.
Right heading 360, Aryan Laces 1764.
On this heading, cleared approach runway 22 right, Delta 1526. 119.1, so long, November 569er. Lufthansa Cargo 284 heavy, heading 200, cleared approach 22 left. Heading 225, American 74. Descend and maintain 3000, Avianca 1163 heavy. Delta 5171, inbound Deer Park. Uzbek 2215 heavy. American 494, out of 21 climbing 5,000 feet, Greeky departure. Direct to Greeky, climb to 12,000, American 494. Heading 270, descend and maintain 3,000 feet, cleared approach 22 left, Cal 493 heavy. Direct to Roslai, Uzbek 2215 heavy. Direct to Roslai, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, Uzbek 2215 heavy. Approach, JetBlue 800. Heading 100, JetBlue 800. Cancel ILS clearance, left 250, Cal 493 heavy. Heading 250, Cal 493 heavy. Confirm cleared approach, Uzbek 2215 heavy.
New York approach, JetBlue 1226.
Left 195, Uzbek 2215 heavy.
Roger, vectors runway 22 left, JetBlue 1226. Descend and maintain altitude 5,000 feet, JetBlue 1226.
Good evening, American 62, passing 21 climbing to 5,000, wavy departure. Descend to altitude 2,000 feet, Cal 493 heavy. Expedite descend, Cal 493 heavy. Cleared to wavy, climb to 12,000 feet, American 62. American 494, bye. Approach, Lufthansa 9872 heavy, with India. Lufthansa 9872 heavy, heading 270, descend and maintain 3,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 22 left. Roger, cancel ILS clearance, increasing 200, Cal 493 heavy. Cleared approach 22 left, Cal 493 heavy. Descend to 1,500 feet, on this heading, cleared approach 22 left, Cal 493 heavy. Tower, good night, Cal 493 heavy. Lufthansa 9872 heavy, heading 260. Approach, Aryan Laces 1019. Heading 100, descend and maintain altitude 5,000, Aryan Laces 1019. Descend to 5,000, JetBlue 800. Uzbek 2215 Heavy, we're fully established. American 62, bye. Departure, American 4244, out of 2,200 climbing 5,000 feet, merit departure. 11901, Uzbek 2215 Heavy. Direct to merit, climb to 12,000, American 4244. JetBlue 1525. Descend to altitude 5,000, JetBlue 1525. Direct to Rosli, descend to 3,000 feet, JetBlue 800. Beeline 1722 Heavy, with India. Direct to Rosli, Beeline 1722 Heavy. Speed 210 knots, Beeline 1722 Heavy. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Beeline 1722 Heavy. New York departure, Lufthansa 1020 Heavy, Coty departure, passing 2,200 feet. Lufthansa 1020 Heavy, cleared to Coty, climb to altitude 12,000 feet. Air India 34 Heavy, with India. Heading 300, descend and maintain 5,000 feet, Air India 34 Heavy. Cleared approach 22 left, JetBlue 800. On this heading, cleared ILS 22 left, Beeline 1722 Heavy. American 4244, switching to departure. Heading 005, Air India 34 Heavy. Charlie Golf Uniform Golf Foxtrot, with information India. Lufthansa 9872 Heavy, 11901. Roger, vectors for 22 left, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Descend to altitude 5,000 feet, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Direct to Rosli, Air India 34 Heavy. United 885, to Newark. Roger, radar vectors for 22 left Newark, United 885. Descend and maintain altitude 3,000 feet, United 885. FedEx 60 Heavy, outbound Newark, wavy departure, passing 2,300 feet climbing to 3,000 feet. Direct to wavy, climb to 12,000 feet, FedEx 60 Heavy. Descend to 3,000, Air India 34 Heavy. Left 200, cleared ILS runway 22 left, Air India 34 Heavy. Lufthansa 1020 Heavy, bye.
Left 360, descend to 4000 feet, JetBlue 1226.
Direct to Roslai, descend to 4000 feet, Ariane laces 1019. Descend to 3000 feet, Ariane laces 1019. Delta 272 heavy, passing 21 climbing to 5000 feet, white departure. Cleared to white, climb to 2000 feet, Delta 272 heavy. Approach, Delta 13. JetBlue 800, established. One, thanks, JetBlue 800. 119er1, bye-bye, beeline 1722 heavy. Left 100, Delta 13. Speed 200, cleared ILS runway 22 left, Ariane laces 1019.
Descend to 3000 feet, JetBlue 1226.
Heading 170, descend to 2000 feet, cleared ILS 22 left Newark, United 885.
Direct Roslai, JetBlue 1226.
FedEx 60 heavy, bye. Approach, Iberia 4401 heavy. Heading 270, descend to 3000 feet, Iberia 4401 heavy. reducing 180, Ariane laces 1019. Air France 2278 heavy. Direct to Delta Papa Kilo, and after Delta Papa Kilo heading 220, Air France 2278 heavy. Good evening, JetBlue 58, inbound John F. Kennedy. Left heading 100, JetBlue 58. Heading 100, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, JetBlue 58. Descend to 5,000, Delta 13.
Endeavour 8061, passing 2,200, wavy departure. Cleared to wavy, climb to 12,000, Endeavour 8061.
Delta 272 heavy, good night.
Heading 250, cleared approach 22 left, JetBlue 1226.
Air India 34 heavy, established 22 left. 119 thank you, Air India 34 heavy. Speed 200 till 6 miles, Ariane laces 1019.
JetBlue 818, descending to 7,000 feet. Copied, JetBlue 818. Descend to 5,000 feet, JetBlue 818.
Approach, Delta 1158, to LaGuardia, with you. Left heading 360, JetBlue 1525. Heading 040, Delta 1158. Descend to 4,000 feet, Delta 1158. Heading 090, Delta 13. Left heading 090, JetBlue 58. Endeavour 1291, climbing 5,000 on heading 200, base departure. Descend to altitude 3,000 feet, Air France 2278 heavy. Right heading 225, Air France 2278 heavy. Direct Rosly, Air France 2278 heavy. Direct to base, climb to altitude 12,000 feet, Endeavour 1291. 119 thanks, Ariane laces 1019. United 885, switching to the tower. Right heading west, Air France 2278 heavy. Cleared approach 22 left, Iberia 4401 heavy. Cleared approach 22 left, Air France 2278 heavy. Reducing 200, JetBlue 1525. Descend to 4000, JetBlue 1525. American 1624, to Newark, at 9000. Heading 070, descend to altitude 3000 feet, American 1624. Descend to 2000 feet, American 1624. Direct to Breezy, climb to 12,000 feet, Delta 4683 heavy.
Endeavour 8061, bye.
Approach, Singapore 1850 heavy, to Newark. Descend and maintain altitude 3000 feet, Singapore 1850 heavy. Descend to 3000 feet, JetBlue 1525.
Tower on 119 JetBlue 1226.
Ariane laces 1054, climbing 5000 on heading 200, Happy departure. Direct to Happy, climb to 12,000 feet, Ariane laces 1054. Heading 360, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Left 260 to join the ILS, cleared ILS runway 22 left, JetBlue 1525. 119er1, Iberia 4401 Heavy. Endeavour 1291, switching to departure. Departure, JetBlue 1, outbound Newark, climbing 3,000 feet on heading 215, Neon departure. Cleared to Neon, climb to 12,000, JetBlue 1. Direct Roslye, Delta 13. Descend and maintain altitude 4,000 feet, Delta 13. Descend to 4,000 feet, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Europa 0845 Heavy. Left heading 220, descend to 5,000 feet, Europa 0845 Heavy. Heading 130, Delta 13. Delta 4683 Heavy, switching to departure. 19er.1, Air France 2278 Heavy. Reducing 200, Delta 13. Reducing 200, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Left 280, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Direct to Happy, climb to altitude 12,000 feet, Speedbird 67 Heavy. Left heading 060, speed 210, American 1624. Delta 4433, to LaGuardia. Heading 040, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, Delta 4433. Heading 260, cleared approach runway 22 left, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Descend to 3,000 feet, Delta 13. Ariane Laces 1054, switching to departure. Departure, LL 1141 Heavy, outbound Newark, Newell departure, passing 2,100 climbing to 3,000 feet. Cleared to Newell, climb and maintain 12,000 feet, LL 1141 Heavy. Heading 180, cleared approach runway 22 left, Delta 13. Cancel ILS clearance, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. Cleared approach 22 left, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot.
Descend and maintain altitude 4,000 feet, JetBlue 818. Heading 030, JetBlue 818.
New York approach, KLM 48 Heavy. Direct Delta Papa Kilo, and then heading 220, KLM 48 Heavy.
Singapore 1850 Heavy to Newark, we are near Teterboro. Right 180 to join the ILS, descend to altitude 2,000 feet, cleared approach 22 left Newark, Singapore 1850 Heavy. Direct to Teterboro, American 1624. Right 180, JetBlue 58. Right heading north, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, Europa 0845 Heavy.
Descend to altitude 5,000 feet, KLM 48 Heavy.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, JetBlue 58. JetBlue 1525, we're established. 119er1, thanks, JetBlue 1525. JetBlue 1, bye. Delta 398 Heavy. Direct Deer Park, and then heading 220, Delta 398 Heavy. Shamrock 1239 Heavy, passing 1,600 climbing to 5,000 feet, Merritt. Direct to Merritt, climb and maintain altitude 12,000 feet, Shamrock 1239 heavy. Descend to 5000, Hawaiian 60 heavy. Heading 180, cleared ILS runway 22 left Newark, American 1624. Descend to altitude 3000 feet, on this heading, cleared approach 22 left, JetBlue 58. Right heading 050, Europa 0845 heavy. Speedbird 67 heavy, switching to departure. .1, thanks, Charlie Uniform Golf Foxtrot. .3, Singapore 1850 heavy. LL 1141 heavy, bye.
Hello, Delta 636 Heavy, passing 1800, Greeky. Heading 310, descend to altitude 4000, KLM 48 Heavy. Right direct to Greeky, climb and maintain 2000 feet, Delta 636 Heavy.